Now, if you living for money, you eventually are going to become the white man's hoe. If money is the basis of your reality, what can you do besides sell yourself out to get more of it and do whatever is necessary? If that means self-prostitution, that means exploiting yourself in front of these crackers, that's because you're about money. It makes sense. You want money. So it makes sense that if money is your sole purpose and not nationalism, that you should go ahead and do whatever to get that money, and it shows in what was presented in that video. Now, hip-hop itself gonna hurt a lot of people. Has been watering down the consciousness of our people for a minute. Hip-hop, in its origin, was a watering down of the teachings of Father God Allah, the teachings of the nation and gods and earth. This is going to hurt some people, but we got to deal with it. It was watering down that in the beginning because it started taking jewels and knowledge and information and turning this into entertainment. So now they're wrapping this thing, and now white executives are now getting paid from the beginning of the original man giving up original jewels and original knowledge and the teachings of the knowledge of himself. Now, these original teachings, you're supposed to each one and teach one according to your own understanding. And the original teachers was considered poor righteous teachers, and they had the duty to civilize the uncivilized. They had a duty to teach the knowledge of self to others. In the beginning, these same individuals start to now get behind music and start dancing and shucking and jiving, and now selling our jewels in contracts, cohesive contracts with Europeans. This is a reality. So now if I need to get the jewels, and we say we like these rappers back in the past, be it Public Enemy and be it Brand Nubian and be it KRS-One, and we love these old rappers that had all this knowledge. Some people say, I love the old rappers. I love the old school rap that we had. But I'm telling you that even the old rappers were sellouts too, because they were selling out the jewels and the teachings that should have been distributed and brought to the masses of our people, that they should have been teaching our people for free. Now they're selling the knowledge of self, and the white man is capitalizing off these eloquent deliveries of the teachings of who we are over drum rhythms and music. The white man is not making money off of our knowledge and jewels. That is the original conception of hip-hop. Hip-hop started off like that. So now knowledge is for sale. The same jewels that were being passed around on a piece of paper, the supreme wisdom, the lessons that was being passed around, and there were enlighteners that were raising up the brothers and sisters in the community for free, now is being sold and being marketed, and we're buying back our knowledge, flaunting our knowledge. From the beginning, we try to make money off of our knowledge. This knowledge should have been distributed freely. It should never have been for sale. It should have never been turned over to the European for free. And the knowledge of self should have never become entertainment when it was real. The teachings of who we were was not entertainment. And that's why all these rappers that appear as though they had a knowledge of self are so damn fake, because they're nothing but entertainers. Because if they had the knowledge even of some of the stuff they were spitting, our community would already be in a different condition. We would already have transformed our condition with the knowledge that they claim to have. And I mean all of them that you consider to be conscious. So I learned to like some of the so-called gangster rappers better, not because I like gangster rap or respect the message that they have about drug dealing and killing people, but at least they're real about what they're talking about. At least what they're talking about is closer to where their actual consciousness is and what they're actually on than these people that project themselves to be so enlightened and so high, and they're not doing nothing but selling out. So the conception of hip-hop was a deviation from the original teachings that was taught by the Father. How much was the Father selling jewels for, selling enlightenment, selling the lessons for? Was the lessons being sold then? But now they're being sold. How much did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad sell the lessons for? but they're being sold now. How much did Farad Muhammad, when he came, was he selling lessons? I heard him selling fabrics, but I heard him walking miles and miles and miles and miles just to teach the black man that he was God in the knowledge of himself. I heard him being a true evangelist and going to spread the message and to find people to wake them up to the knowledge of who they are. I don't recall him selling any of the knowledge. This is a fact. Now, short of Savior's Day, you could go hear the Honorable Elijah Muhammad speak. You could go hear the brother in the nation speak. You could go hear Malcolm speak. You can hear these brothers teaching and giving the knowledge. And then here comes the 80s. Here comes moving into the 90s. Knowledge is for sale. Now we selling knowledge. And if you can't buy the CD, you ain't got the knowledge. The persons who got the most knowledge sold the most CDs. But see, they didn't have knowledge. They had rhetoric. Because if they had the knowledge is power. So the knowledge would have put them in a position of power, and the white supremacists would not be running the music industry today. So now these white supremacists took over our knowledge and jewels, allowing us to sell it and distribute it for petty prices amongst our own. And then they took over. Let me show you how they usurped and took over our consciousness. So now once we start going to them and looking to them for the jewels, looking for to their record companies, looking for their publishing companies for the jewels, then we start looking to them. They become our gods again. Now they start setting up who our leaders are. Now they said, you all don't even need this consciousness no more. Even though we was just selling you that, even though we was taking real jewels about who you are and giving it to you as entertainment, making you entertained by that which is supposed to liberate you and liberate your mind and your consciousness to who you are. Now, since we have made you entertained by that, we have desensitized you to real, true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We've desensitized you to that. Now we're going to even come harder. We're going to even take that away from you and just give you what you got today, some total and absolute garbage. We're going to give you Lil Wayne. We're going to give you Rick Ross. We're going to give you Nicki Minaj. We're going to give you Play Z, which is the last of that dimension of individuals that had consciousness, which was Nas and Play Z. We're going to give you that now. We're going to keep watering it down. If you watch hip-hop and its evolution and its transition from the late 80s, early 90s, and through the 90s and down to today, what do we see? We see something that became more and more watered down, and we don't even feel comfortable to say that it was that is even hip-hop anymore. We don't know what the hell it is no more. It's no knowledge. It's no lessons. It's just pure stupidity. But when you are entertained by what is supposed to be truth, when you are entertained by what is supposed to be valuable to you, you are already now headed on a path of destruction. That's a fact. If I give you some spirulina and you take it and you start making, turn it into clay and start making clay figures out of it, now you're not even getting the nutritional value anymore. That's what happened with our jewels and knowledge. We start playing with it in between bars and turning it into hooks and getting hooked on white supremacy. Now, if we're not getting $1 million from some type of record company or getting a record deal, we don't feel like we can go out and teach the knowledge and teach the truth. It has to be behind some type of music, and it has to be behind European manufactured music equipment. It has to be put behind record companies and record deals, or we don't have nothing to say. The game is not told. The game is sold. Hip-hop, in its essence, was a deviation from the reality of who we are, and it desensitized us from the reality of truth about who we are. And it started off conscious, and they played with it. That's a fact. That's a whole nother piece. So with this hip-hop thing now, we see Erykah Badu. We see her dropping a little knowledge, a little jewels in some of her earlier stuff. But she was just playing with it. She could not have really, she could internalized it. There's no way you can internalize such truth The entertainers sometimes are more entertained by the things that they say than the people that are listening to them. Sometimes the people that are listening to these entertainers take them more serious than they even take what it is that they're saying. So she's entertaining us. She's a part of the entertainment conspiracy of desensitizing us to the value of our real truth. It's how the white man sells us back to us, and we still never get the product. Because even if somebody sold you back to yourself and you got the product, you should be yourself. We don't even get to be ourselves. It pushes us more away from ourselves, and it has us believe in the process of capitalism. We don't even accept what we bought. We just love being buyers for the rest of our lives. If we bought what KRS originally said, if we really bought that album and really internalized that, what Brand Nubian said, what J. Rue the Damager was saying back in the day, what even Guru was saying, what some of these original MCs was saying, Rakim, if we bought it and really consumed the product, we would have become the gods that we were. But we didn't even buy it. We don't even buy products to consume the products. We continue to buy products to continue to buy products to continue to buy products, which prove that we're only buying into capitalism, which is buying into the trap that white supremacy has for us. So this Erykah Badu did a Badon. She spit the jewels and enraptured us in the blackness, because she knew she can tap into that melanin. See, they know they can get into your melanin and bring your melanin out. And as soon as the melanin get activated, they say, well, look, I got something else for you. Universalism. Y'all with me? Yeah, we with you. Y'all following me? We following you. I got something for you now. White supremacy. Y'all feel that on that beat? They take the same beats that put your ass to sleep. Based on the true, sincere, and genuine knowledge of yourself, the beat put you to sleep. Now they take the same beat and say, white supremacy, put that white man dick in your mouth. Put that white man dick in your mouth. Put that white man dick. You like, that sound cold. I love that. That's nice. But they played on your melanin because every entity has a genuine desire to become real, to become self-realized. See, self-realization is the spiritual and the soulful aspect of yourself that wants to become real in this life. Every desire at every entity and every human being at birth has a desire to become real. Every single one of them. And to become real, eventually, if you look at what real is, it looks like pro-black. It looks like being natural. It looks like black nationalism. It looks like knowing who you are. Every individual has a desire to be that. So they capitalize off your desire to be that. And then utilize your desire to be that to usurp you and have you doing what they want you to do. This Erykah Badu and other people in our conscious community, because it's happening over and over again. They started off with a black power message. They started off with some consciousness. And then they said, well, look, let's flip the script now. We on something else. We're universal now. Let's get this money. Let's get this bread. We love everybody. That's a covert operation to get us all black nationalism and black power. Find the most militant. Find the most serious among you. Give them a